Hey everyone, welcome back to another new video, and as you can see there are lots of art materials in front of me which I didn't plan to buy. So let's see what all I bought. The first thing I got is this water brush pen which is by Staedtler, and I was so amazed to see it at a store near me because whenever I want any new art supply I have to go look it up on Amazon or Flipkart, and I was so surprised to see it in a store near me. With these pens all you have to do is fill the barrel with water and then you're good to go. You simply press the barrel and water just comes out of these pens, and these are perfect for traveling. The bristles are synthetic and these comes in a pack of 4. The next thing that I got is this round sketchbook which I have never seen before, and it says that it's 300 GSM and suitable for watercolor, acrylics, ink, color pencils and so on, but I'm quite skeptical about it, but let's test them in the end. Next I got is this stick eraser by MAC, and I have one by LaRa, but sometimes it just doesn't work, and this comes with a refill and it's easy to use and it's so easy to refill as well. The next thing I got is this mechanical pencil, and this one is by Uniball, and it has the clicking thing at the side of the pencil, and I think that's going to be very handy when I'm sketching something. I also got a mini round sketchbook just because I like the size of it, and it's also 300 GSM. The next thing I got is a blender pencil. This one is also by Staedtler, and I'm so excited to use it because I've been seeing it on the internet for a long time now, but not the exact same brand, so I'm so eager to test them out. Next we have blending stumps, which is also by Staedtler. I haven't used blending stumps in my life before, but I wanted one for a long time, so I saw it in the store and I got it. Moving on, I got these text liners, which is also by Staedtler, and I love all the colors of them. I think they're so pretty. Next, I got these white gel pens, and these are not just any white gel pens. These are the Uniball Signo white gel pen, and these are the best white pens in the whole internet. I also got the silver and the golden versions of these pens, and I just can't wait to use it. Finally, I got this pen by Staedtler. I got this because I got surprised by it. It doesn't have a normal tip, it has a chisel tip, and that too a small chisel tip, and I'm so excited to use it. Now let's test every single one of these art supplies. I have all these pens in a basket next to me, and let's start with our sketchbook. To test them, I'm going to use my Hmmm watercolors and the water brush pen that I just bought, and I'm going to activate the paint with water. I added a few drops of water onto the sketchbook, and I'm going to try the wet on wet technique. As soon as I laid the paint onto the paper, it just spread beautifully, and I was so surprised by it. Because I once had an experience with a very cheap paper and I didn't like it, and I was expecting it to be the same. But I think it's really good. The paint looks really vibrant for a first layer, and the paper did buckle, which is common for all watercolor paper. What I'm surprised about is that the paper accepted the water pretty well, and I didn't expect it at all. This pen was really smooth to write with, but I think the color could have been much more intense. It looks like a grey color, and all the Uniball Signo pens are top notch. It was like writing with butter. As for the white pen, I know exactly how these pens work because I've seen a lot of videos about them, but I was still surprised at how good these pens were. Now for the text liners, I loved each and every one of those colors, and I'm so happy that I got them. The mechanical pencil's lead was quite hard, but that's not an issue. The blending stump blended perfectly, the eraser also did its job pretty well, and the thing that I'm most excited about is this blending pencil by Staedtler. As you can see, I did a very light layer of color pencil using red and orange, and now I'm going to blend it with this pencil, and I was so shocked at how well it blended. It removed all the graininess in just one single use, and I'm still shocked at it. And then I did a very light layer of the same colors again, and I'm so surprised at how well these pencils blended. Now that I'm done with the testing, I'm going to move on with the final drawing, and using the pencil, I did a very quick sketch of a bird. And since most of the materials are from Staedtler, I'm also using the watercolor pencils, which is also by Staedtler, and these are the colors that I chose for this particular drawing. As always, I'm starting with a very light layer, and once I'm done with this layer, I'm going to use my water brush pen. I also have a tissue paper in hand just to wipe the brush clean, and now I'm going to activate all the pencils with water. And the first thing that I realized is that these pencils are very pale on this paper. If you have seen my previous video, I used the same pencils, but I used them just as color pencils, and now I'm using them as watercolor pencils just as they're intended to be, but I just find that the color was so pale. But maybe because of the paper, or maybe I just did a very light layer. I don't know why. So I went in again with another layer of the same color pencils on the same places. And that's when I realized the tooth of the paper didn't accept any of the watercolor pencils that I was layering on. The paper was so smooth for these pencils, but then they say that these papers are also used for color pencils, but I don't think these can be used for color pencils. And if you do, then you can't layer that much. So I started using my Hmmm watercolors and I started adding all the contrast that I wanted for this particular drawing. And I'm so happy that I did that because these paper just accepted watercolors so much better than those pencils. So if I just kept using those watercolor pencils and kept on layering, then I don't think I would have got this much of a contrast in the particular drawing. Now for the finishing touches, I added some splatters here and there. I outlined everything with a darker color, and for the highlights I used these white gel pens, and also in some places I used the silver and the golden pens. To my surprise, the paper didn't even buckle that much, it just bented a little. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye everybody, take care.